They often said, go with the flow. So we have the principle. I would like to present to you the principle of flowing with desires. Go with the flow, and today we flow with desires. Okay, and in this principle, we have the terms called enlighten. And we heard a lot about enlightenment nowadays. Chúng ta nghe rất là nhiều về giác ngộ. Ngày nay chúng ta nghe rất là nhiều về giác ngộ ha. And we know that with enlightenment, with enlighten itself, với cái từ enlighten, với cái từ ngộ này, thì there's a small enlightenment, major enlightenment, sudden enlightenment, complete enlightenment, and spiritual enlightenment. Okay, small enlightenment is any realization, small realization in our daily life. We might have it, but it doesn't affect our life that much. Okay, small enlightenment nghĩa là tiểu ngộ. Ha. Chúng ta có những cái ngộ nhỏ nhỏ mà nó không ảnh hưởng nhiều đến cuộc sống của chúng ta. Okay, I'm going to share in 100% English unless someone asks me to interact in bilingual. Anh Trang xin phép chia sẻ 100% tiếng Anh ha, trừ khi là các anh chị có mong muốn anh Trang anh Trang chia sẻ song ngữ ha. Nếu mà anh chị muốn anh Trang chia sẻ song ngữ thì mọi người yêu cầu, còn không thì anh Trang xin phép 100% tiếng Anh. So small enlightenment is little or not much. It doesn't have a minor enlightenment. It's not small. This should be minor. It's as a small enlightenment is a minor. It's minor enlightenment. It is small, but we call it minor enlightenment, which means is tiểu ngộ, minor enlightenment. Minor enlightenment refers to small enlightenment, small realization, and in life we have often have lots of small realization in our life, but doesn't dramatically change our life. Major enlightenment is a significant realizations that influence a major aspects of our life and having substantial impact on our life. And sudden enlightenment là cái thuật ngữ này trong tiếng Việt của mình là đốn ngộ, là cái ngộ diễn ra rất là nhanh. Đốn là rất là nhanh, chặt một cái là đất. Là đốn ha, chặt một cái là đất luôn. Là đốn ngộ. Phải dịch cả tiếng Việt và cả tiếng Hán Việt. Sudden enlightenment refers to the rapid pace at which enlightenment occurs compared to the natural process, which might take a long time. For example, it usually takes 20 to 30 years for a person to naturally realize something. But with sudden enlightenment, this process is accelerated. In an instant, a person understands and grasps it. Therefore, the path to understand one's inner self and external form is simplified in just 24 hours. With wisdom from enlightened masters helping us achieve sudden enlightenment about life. A complete enlightenment means complete enlightenment nghĩa là triệt ngộ. Triệt ngộ means that understanding one issue thoroughly leads to understanding many other issues as well. Spiritual enlightenment is giác ngộ. Spiritual enlightenment is a term used in Buddhist and is also commonly used nowadays. There are many terms related to enlightenment that we need to understand to grasp their essence. Have you ever heard of experiencing and then achieving enlightenment? Cả nhà có mình có bao giờ mình trải nghiệm xong rồi cái mình ngộ ra không nha? Thường thì sẽ có ha. Từ nhỏ đến lớn là một người thì sẽ có rất là nhiều tình huống that we experiencing something, then we achieving enlightenment. It means allow someone to experience something and they will understand it. So when we experience something, we understand it. When we get enlightened, we understand. Okay, enlighten. Okay. Enlightened. Someone may experience something to get enlightened. Sometimes we can have a moment of self-reflections leading to enlightenment. Trải nghiệm để ngộ, hoặc là suy ngẫm để ngộ. And yes, reflecting can lead to enlightenment. Okay, self-reflecting can lead to enlightenment. So when a person experiences and achieves enlightenment, they go through trial and pay the price. Vậy thì một người mà trải nghiệm để mà ngộ thì thường sẽ pay the price, sẽ trả một cái giá khá là đắt. When one self-reflects and achieves enlightenment, it's sublime. Một người mà ngẫm để ngộ thì họ rất là thanh cao ha, sublime. Learning and achieving enlightenment is wise. Và học tập để mà ngộ thì là một người là điều đơn giản nhất ha. Một người thông trí có trí tuệ là một người học tập để mà ngộ. So we choose to learn and achieve enlightenment, right? Chúng ta ở đây thì chúng ta đang học tập để mà mình ngộ ha cả nhà. Học tập để mà mình ngộ ra. Chỉnh cái camera. Okay. Okay. Human enlightenment does not arise spontaneously. Việc ngộ của con người chúng ta cả nhà, nó không phải đơn thuần mà con người chúng ta tự nhiên mà ngộ trong cuộc sống ha. Human enlightenment does not arise spontaneously. Enlightenment comes from guidance, from enlightened master, from having questions, from experiences, from self-reflections and learning, which lead to enlightenment. So experience leading to enlightenment, self-reflecting leading to enlightenment, and learning also leading to enlightenment. But some people experience constantly without gaining any enlightenment, repeating the same mistakes over and over, facing continuous problems without change, constantly thinking, constantly learning without transformation. We all think about achieving enlightenment, but the deepest root is that questions lead to enlightenment. Cái sâu xa hơn là a doubt lead to enlightenment. Okay. Một cái nghi vấn của con người chúng ta. Doubt is a thought repeatedly arising in our mind, lingering in our mind, doubt or pondering. Doubt. Okay, which tendency to seek an answer to that concern. Therefore, human enlightenment leads to the transformation of their life. So the questioning greatly influences a person's life. Doubting greatly influences a person's life. For example, there was a young man who in search of a wishing tree. Okay, we're telling a story here. There was a young man who in search of a wishing tree. So during his journey into the forest, he knew that the forest contained the wishing tree, and he kept searching tirelessly and eventually sat down at the base of a tree, feeling exhausted and hungry. So he wishes for food, and suddenly food appeared. Without much thought, he started eating. Then he wished for a drink, and drinks appeared in front of him. Feeling satisfied, he relaxed and thought, what if this forest has monsters? Since it provides me with food and drink, what if a monster appears to eat me? As soon as he had that thought, a monster appeared. So, this story is simple, but highlights how a single thought can impact the young man's life. So the questions, which is a recurring concern in one's mind, shows its powers. The question, a doubt, which is recurring concern in one's mind, shows its power. Concern or doubt. A concern or doubt. Concern can go to positive and can go to negative. A doubt can also in positive or negative direction. Still using doubt this point. Concern. Okay, so its powers is immense. If we can guide the doubt in our minds, it can greatly change our lives. Therefore, we will explore another concept related to doubting. Okay, so we have doubt lead to enlighten or concern. Doubt, so it's something that we concern over a period of time. Okay, and doubt, and this doubt is start from questions. If we have normal questions in our life, it can be, how are you doing? What have you eaten? What are you going to do today? That's a normal question. Okay, but a doubt is a concern that keep repeating in our mind. And with doubt, a doubt or a concern that we have it can go into two directions. This can be either positive or it can be negative. Okay. So to say a doubt is negative or positive. Okay, a doubt is positive or negative. From how can we say a doubt is negative or positive? Based on what? Okay, Let me give an example to help us understand the concepts of positive and negative here. Okay, so if someone start dating, okay, and that person not yet married, just dating, obviously under 30 years old, okay, and that person having going dating for a while, but one day one of his friend come to him and telling him that his partner, the person who he's dating, went out with someone else, okay, and they have photo, they have proof of that. Okay, so to that person who is dating, do you think it is positive or negative? This is best if I have someone to interact with, but since I'm talking to myself here. So in this point, if that person is concerning, okay, if that person is wanting to continue the relationship with the girls, then obviously it is a negative information that's coming to him, right? Because he is wanting to continue the relationship, okay, with the girl, but if he's wanted to leave that girl for a while, he wants to break up with her for a while but haven't found a reason yet, then this is a good moment for him to basically use it as a reason to split up with a girl, with his girlfriend, right? So in a relationship, it can go positive and negative. Sometimes it's hard to define. So if there is no perspective to rely on, it is very difficult to define positive and negative. Okay? We see in life sometimes it's not easy to say someone or something or information or message is positive or negative. However, if we have something to rely on, okay, and based on that we can decide if a doubt or concern is positive or negative, then wouldn't that be great? And fortunately for us, and a blessing, the enlightened master have guided us to hold on to this. So consider what we truly want. Consider what you truly want. And then you will know whether something is positive or negative. If it's aligned with your desires, is it positive? Okay. So we rely on what we desire. Okay, we relied on what we desire. So if it's aligned with what we desire, it is positive. It is aligned. It is aligned with, if it's the doubt, it's aligned with what we desire. Aligned with. Okay, then it is positive. But if it go against our desire, it is negative. Against. Okay, if it against what we desire, then it is negative. So this makes it easier to define. So if you want to live your whole life with someone, then then the story I've just told is negative. But if your inner self is not ready for marriage, and you want more option, then and you has no reason to break up, then wouldn't you be glad to receive that information? You might pretend to be sad, but your inner state is different. Okay, so if a person cannot determine their desires, they will drift away from what positive, okay, from what is positive or negative. For example, if the mother tells her child, "Don't watch too closely; it will damage your eyes." Okay, so in this case, would you think that the mother is being positive or being negative? Her deep desire is for her child's eye to be healthy, but her words contradict this, so they are negative. Okay. In the future, if you want to achieve something and say, "Oh, it's too hard, I can't do it," you are saying something you don't desire, which is negative for your life, and it will drift you away from your desires. So, after understand what positive and negative doubt is, a person only needs to change their doubt or their concerned direction to transform their future. I think now I'm concerned, yes. Okay. So you need to change your doubt to think the way that you doubting things, your concerns, your doubt. So if you can orient your questions, your concerns positively, you will change your life. You will change your life. Okay. Now let's get back to the principle of flowing with desires. Okay. This is based on what we desire. Okay. And that's why this is called the principle of flowing with desires. Okay, so if it's flow with desires, then it is positive. Okay. If it's against, then it is negative. Okay. The principle of aligning with desire flow. Okay. So when you desire something, okay, ask questions align with that desire. Doubts start from questions. Okay. Questions that repeat over and over in your head is become what you concern. Then you will understand, and one day you got enlightened, then you will, if the questions you have lead to a positive concern, then when you get enlightened, you will get enlightened toward positive, in a positive way. Okay. And when you got understand understand, then you will transform. And when a person is transformed, they will take action. Transform, they will either take action or they will change. Okay. So they will change in their thought, in their mind, or in their action, or in their action. Take action. Okay. Concerned. Should be concerned. Right. And that is the principle of flowing with designs. Okay. Principle of flowing with design. We're going to move on to the next principle, which is the principle of knowledge. The principle of knowledge. Knowledge flow. Principle of knowledge flow. Thầy Dương ơi, thầy Dương đi làm chưa? Cô Kim Hoa làm gì đó, cô Kim Hoa? Principle of knowledge flow. Principle of knowledge flow. Vòng tri thức. Oh, I missed the principle of knowledge flow. The thing with English is that you always have to put the in front of anything that's significantly, individually different. Anyway, so we have the three area. We can't say circle, it's not circle. Okay, we have the three, start with the four area. The first area, so a person, either you or me or anyone in this life, we have something that we know that we know. We have something that we know but we forget. And then we have something that we know and we not know it. And then we also have something that we not know that we're not knowing. Okay, so is first, everyone know what they know. Okay, nguyên lý vòng tri thức. Chúng ta có những cái chúng ta biết là mình biết. We have what we know that we know it, and we have what we know that we forget about it. Okay, we know that we forget about it. Okay. Or the calculations about since, cost, time, or the things that we learn in school. A lot of things that we know but we forget because we forgot about them because we it is no longer in use, no longer benefit for us nowadays. And we have things that we don't know, we do not know. Okay, we do not knowing, we knowing that we know that we don't know. Okay, so this one is we know. This is the area where we know that we do not know about it. We know that we not know about it. And the last area is the area where we do not know. We do not even know about it. Okay, this area should not be rounded. It should not be rounded at all. But since we already draw the area for each part, we will just draw another like around here. Okay. So, what does this principle mean? This principle states that human knowledge encompasses what? So we do not know what we do not know. We know what we do not know. We know that we forget, and we know that we know about it. Okay. The outer circle here, the outer area here is unlimited, but because what we do not know, is vast. Okay, is so vast that we want to understanding it. So we frame it into the principle of knowledge flow. We only know what we know. Okay. We only know that we know. Okay. I only know what I know. I only know what I know. We only know what we know. I only know what I know. A person in this life is be very profound if someone knowing what they know. Okay. So if we know what we know, that is profound things. If we know that what we know, that is profound things. Okay, and try to know what we do not know is possible as well. So before we deeply understanding this principle of knowledge flow, so do you think that if we know everything that we know, it's quite impressive, isn't it? Thì mình biết là mình biết điều gì, mình biết chắc là những điều mình biết thì có ngon không? Rất là ngon ha. It is impressive if we know exactly what we know. Okay, most of the time we don't really know what we know, and that creates a lot of problems in life. If a person knows what they know and knows what they do not know, what do you think? Okay. So if we can manage and know all the information related to humanities, okay, humanity view, wouldn't it be great? Nếu mà chúng ta thấu hiểu được tất cả những từ liên quan đến nhân sinh quan thì rất là tuyệt ha. And every entity has its own material manifestation and its own energy source. So the material manifestation. Hello, Ní Yến. Hi, brother Minh Khoa. Welcome to the session. Hello.
Hello.
Ní Yến.
Yes, hello teacher.
Hello, teacher.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Good
Welcome
morning.
back, brother Dương. Okay. So we're talking about the principle of knowledge flow, and we agreed that it would be wonderful if we know exactly what we know. Cho mọi người giờ mình xong ngữ một chút ha. Nãy giờ chơi không
Yes,
tiếng
speak
Anh nè.
English. Yeah.
Nãy giờ
Full
chơi
English. I love the English. Yeah. Can you speak
No
English for
bilingual?
the whole session?
No bilingual. Okay, that's great. I thought some brother teacher Jung's already fell asleep many times over and over again. Okay, so if we know exactly what we know, that would be great, right? But unfortunately, for most of us human, we tend to not really know what we know in life, and that creates a lot of problems. And we know that based on science, we know that every entity has its own material. Hello, IDY Nguyễn. Nguyên này, IDY Nguyên. So every entity has its own material manifestation, okay? Biểu hiện vật chất, material manifestation, and its own energy source, năng lượng. And material manifestation of all entities differs because they contain different energy sources, and especially because they contain different information. Okay? Biểu hiện vật chất của tất cả mọi vật khác nhau, bởi vì trong chúng có nguồn năng lượng và thông tin khác nhau. All the material substance of humanities are fixed in their material manifestation. Vậy thì tất cả những cái biểu hiện vật chất của con người chúng ta, biểu hiện vật chất của con người chúng ta thì sao? It's not fixed. Nó không có cố định. Nó không có cố định. Bởi vì năng lượng và thông tin bên trong con người chúng ta cũng vậy. For humans, our states changes continuously from one form to another. One day we're happy, one day we're sad, one day we are very wealthy, and another time we are broke. Right, we're changing differently in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, because our energy is too unstable, because the information within us is too chaotic. Chúng ta luôn luôn, đối với con người chúng ta thì trạng thái của chúng ta luôn luôn thay đổi, biểu hiện vật chất của chúng ta thay đổi, sáng thì vui, chiều thì buồn, tối thì thất thường, cho nên là nguồn năng lượng bên trong chúng ta cũng thay đổi, cũng chập chờn, bởi vì cái thông tin bên trong người chúng ta nó quá là xáo động. We hear a lot of information from societies, from TV, from the people around us, from internet, okay, from what else? Facebook, YouTube, etc. News everywhere. Okay, every day we constantly getting information, and those information somehow doesn't flow with our desires. Okay, it doesn't flow with our desires. Previously, we talked about the principle of flowing with desires. Nguyên lý thuận chiều mong muốn. But most information we receive in life does not flow with our desires. Mà gần như là những thông tin chúng ta nhận được trong cuộc sống không có thuận theo chiều chúng ta mong muốn. And so, days are not fixed. Hence, our material manifestation also changes. Bởi vì thế cho nên là cái biểu hiện vật chất của con người chúng ta cũng luôn luôn thay đổi. So, we know what we know. Our energies become very stable. Okay. Nếu mà chúng ta biết tất cả những gì mình biết thì có phải là cái nguồn năng lượng của mình nó sẽ ổn định không cả nhà? Because we only know that much is our information. We only know that much. So, if someone says something beyond what we know, okay. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back chị Tâm. Oops. let's see. If someone says something beyond what we know, then do we realize that we don't know it? Okay. Nếu mà có ai đó nói với chúng ta điều gì mà chúng ta không biết, thì chúng ta có nhận ra là chúng ta không biết điều đó không? So, if we know, we only know that much. Nếu mà chúng ta biết những gì chúng ta biết, thì khi mà ai đó nói điều gì mà không thuộc những cái chúng ta biết thì sao? Thì chúng ta biết rõ là cái gì mình không biết. Okay. So, if we know what we know, then we know that we know that much. Okay. Then if someone says something beyond, more than what we know, okay, we realize that, oh, we don't know about it. Then, when we realize that we don't know it, it's simple to seek to understand it. Thì khi mình nhận ra, cái điều này mình không biết, thì nó đơn giản để mình hiểu hơn, mình tìm hiểu hơn về nó ha. So, if we know what we know, we know what we know, then it's within